Hello. Let's talk about etiquette. Etiquette has been around for centuries, but is etiquette still important? I believe that etiquette is a dying art. And to show the dying art in the world now, let's take a look inside of a theater and how etiquette is lacking in such a place. Because as we all know... Hang on. Oh, yeah. Well, sorry. So let's take a minute and step inside a theater and experience what could happen if etiquette is not done properly. So as we were saying, we're talking about etiquette and its importance in being taught, especially in schools. But concerning the theater, there used to be some rules, even unwritten rules that people would follow before they went in to see a performance. And we're going to go in and test that out right now and see if any of the rules can be followed now. But as you can tell, I'm following all of the rules. Now that we're inside the theater, an example of proper etiquette would be something along the lines of Stage 1, Family Theater out of Louisville, Kentucky. They have a long list of proper etiquette for theaters, such as this one right here says that you should leave all food and drink outside before the performance. Cell phones are requested to be turned off during performances because they could cause a distraction. Should it ring during the middle of a performance, such as the time that one went off during the middle of a performance of Frances McDonald, which then she stopped mid-sentence and said, "Let's wait." Some theaters have even started to use seats called tweet seats. These are located way back here. The reasoning behind having tweet seats is the obvious. People can't put their phones away during a performance. They can't keep their eyes locked on the presenter or the performer or the music long enough to be able to keep focus. Now, let's say that I was the one on stage. What would happen should my phone go off in the middle of a presentation and I answer it? You, as the audience, would probably be appalled and totally dissuade and ignore anything else further. Unless you're one of the people sitting in the back that ends up using their phone as well. And then you may just put it everywhere on the internet. Etiquette has a direct link to manners. If you don't have manners, you can't have etiquette. And if you don't have etiquette, you can't have manners. The problem is that most parents these days are working. They're spending 12 hours a day outside the home, while the children, their kids, are left at home to fend for themselves. So the actual teaching of etiquette is not being passed on because they didn't have etiquette to begin with. That is why it is important for it to be taught in schools. If one class is specifically designed for etiquette, it could affect the child for a lifetime, not only personally, but professionally as well. In the article, "The Theater is a Comedy of Errors," Mark Watson writes, "In time, they'll introduce quiet rows. The rows will be near the front, where you can sit and watch the performance, and then more relaxed areas further back for those who prefer to make their own entertainment." That's a perfect example of the tweet seats. Has etiquette gone that far where we have to redesignate parts of the theater? It shouldn't be that way. Christopher Rutt wrote in Dance Concert Etiquette, "No matter how casual the event, the basic rules of theater apply. Rules aren't intended to take the fun out of your theater-going experience. Rather, they exist to ensure the integrity of the show and the safety of the performers." A survey conducted in 1993 asked the preparedness of college students and how they were taught etiquette. Out of their surveys, 24% said that they had learned etiquette. That leaves a big gap for the rest of them that had not been taught proper etiquette. That was in 1993. It's 2019 now. What are we going to do in 2093? So, The next time that you're attending a live theater performance, remember just the little things, the little bit of etiquette that can happen. If somebody's cell phone rings, punch them. No, I'm just kidding. Just make sure it's not yours.